If you're one of the best hitters in baseball in the major leagues in the United States, if you hit 300, meaning that you succeed 3 out of 10 times, you're a Hall of Famer. So but what that means is you're failing 70% of the time, and if you don't have a thick skin and have confidence in yourself, then frustration can take over. And now what that frustration can do is actually prevent you from performing at your optimum level, because you're not playing with the confidence and self-determination that you had when you had that confidence.
Right. That's a really, really good way of putting it. And I don't know what you think, but I think actually there's only a small percentage of people that can perhaps not only understand that, but also kind of live that throughout their poker careers. A lot of poker players struggle with it, don't they? They struggle with the disappointments, with the bad beats, with the bad swings.
I can't tell you how many players that are good friends of mine that I see that are really good poker players that they go through a bad run. And believe me, folks, we all, no matter who your favorite top poker player is,
right,
we all go through a bad run. It's just in the math. I feel like I'm one of the top successful tournament players, cashing like about 20% of the time. I'm failing 80% of the time.
Right.
So think of it. If I fail 80% of the time, I could actually run badly and actually maybe fail 16 times in a row. And
that's going to be enough to get all the blinds.
I'm still playing well. It's just the numbers. Then you might cash 4 times in a row, and it balances out to 20%. So, when you're running badly, try to be honest with yourself when you get home and analyze your play throughout that day. And if you come up with, hey, you know what, I'm really proud of the way I played. I made good decisions. I was disciplined. I did not go on tilt. Hey, I'm looking forward to getting into the next tournament. I know my time's coming up. That's really all you can do, and you should believe in that. Now, if you do make a mistake, I mean, I've made mistakes where I've gotten knocked out of tournaments because I made a mistake and I played badly.
Right.
I get hard on myself, but after 24 hours of being hard on myself, I'm over it because it's a lesson learned, and it just gave me wisdom and made me a better poker player. So
I'm just getting closer to you, Chad, because I'm trying to get some of this attitude to seep into my by osmosis. I'm trying to get some of your
another
positive, clear thinking attitude.
Another thing. Another way, if it could help anyone, is like Vanessa said to me yesterday. She was actually like, I can't believe you're not upset. And I'm like, listen, I feel like I made good decisions. I had jacks twice in 9 or 10 hands. I put my money in with the best hand. I don't think my opponents played it well. But they got rewarded, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do.
And Davide 6-3 went down to a 4-3.
So, but I also said to her, adding to that, I said, one of the things that I do also allow myself to feel better is at that point when I'm feeling like, like a lot of people feel like, why are the poker gods against me?
Yeah.
Hit 2 out. Why me? I say, listen, let's instead of looking at what you have to be unhappy about, look at what you have to be thankful for. And at that moment yesterday, I said, hey, I have a lot to be thankful for. I have my health. I'm a Team PokerStars pro. I get to travel all over the world. I get to play in more tournaments. I have a great life.
So
I'm not going to let a bad beat ruin my day.
Now that does make more sense. I think I could get over bad beats better if I was a Team PokerStars pro. I'm going to need to talk to some people.
He's going to pass it over to Daniele.
Hey, I don't need to worry. I'm a Team PokerStars. That's definitely the right attitude. Now that's really interesting stuff, guys. Do get your questions in for Chad. Nuts at EPTLive.com. He's going to be here,
105,000.
desperate to help your game, as well as commentate on our fabulous final table, which is down to 6 players, and a little bit of short stack poker going on. It's calmed down a bit because we lost 2 players, Chad, but big blinds of 20 and 40,000.
Okay.
And leaves several of our players effectively pretty short stacked.
Well, when a lot of players are the short stack,
going to make the call.
The good news for the short stack is that there are a few other players that are short stacked.
Right.
So if they want to move up in the money, a good strategy is, listen, they're counting on moving up 2 spots because they're going to make a substantial amount more money. Let's say right now we have 6 players left.
Deuce of clubs, king of spades.
Yeah, we have
queen
6
of
left.
hearts.
So sixth place, you're already
We'll let Dren go
guaranteed
first. He's gonna check.
227,800 euros. Move up 2 spots, and you're going to go from 227 to 351. That's more than 100,000 euros more. That's significant. So while you have
Fenton announces 125,000.
while you have a few short stacks there, you may want them to make the mistake and
And Dren's
gamble
gonna let it
so you can
pass.
move up. And then once you're in position,
Fenton's going to take the pot.
you can gamble a little more.
Well, we just saw a flop, which is a rarity these days. Fintan Gavin raised before the flop and got it checked to him by Keller and made a pretty standard follow-up continuation bet, and it was good enough. It's a nice board for him to keep betting on whatever his hand, right, with the king, queen, deuce.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if someone raised and
He was the raiser.
and the other person called, flop comes king, queen, the only hand that you can hope that they have is an underpair.
Yeah, right. Fintan Gavin up to just about 1.6 million. Him and Sebastian Ruthenberg
Daniele's
are
gonna
our
start
chip
us off
leaders,
this
and they're
time.
sitting next to
Under the
each
gun.
other. So our chips are concentrated down that far end as you look at the picture.
We had a hand like
He's
that
gonna
yesterday, where Jason raised it up, and
Fenton over
I
to
called with
Sebastian in
pocket
the cutoff.
sevens.
He's gonna
And
pass
as a
well.
result,
The
we
beat on
had
the
2 more
button now.
callers. So it was one of the rare pots where you actually had 4-handed,
Right.
seeing the flop, and the flop came king, queen, something. And Jason,
not binding.
under the gun, bets out, and he's actually really surprised that I can't believe everyone folded. And either could I. I mean, I knew I was folding.
That's Davide Katai, who finds himself as our short stack. He's been short for a little while.
Now, he's been having a great year.
Yes.
He won a big WSOP event.
Yeah, $2,000 pot limit was his event. And then another final table a week later at the series.
That's right. And that's it. You know, you find when you start having success in poker, when the cards are running well, it gives you so much confidence, and you can't wait to get to the next tournament. And you'll find
Davini's going to raise on the button to
it's
120,000.
contagious playing your best poker.
Right. What do you make about this raise not raising all in from the button? He's the short stack, but he's just raised 120,000 out of a 400,000 stack. Kind of
He's
doesn't make
gonna
any
pass as
difference
well.
because he's
Davide takes
committed
the
for a
pot.
stack at this stage,
Well,
or can he raise and then fold?
You know, I haven't been following the final table, but if he raised 120 of a 400,000 stack, and he knows, let's say, one of the 2 players would not, if it would be a player who would not come over the top unless they had a premium hand.
Right.
He actually is allowing himself fold equity.
Okay.
So you know, if it's a player that like the Italian at the table came back over the top of my raise with king queen off, and I realized.
Okay, that's a really interesting point. We are going to have to go to Kara Scott. Not going to have to. It's always a pleasure. End of the level, so we'll take a break and we'll be back after that. Here's Kara Scott. There are your chip counts.
Well, we're going to break here at EPT Barcelona. There are still... We're down to 6 players here at EPT Barcelona on the final table. Next person out gets home 227,000 euros. We're going to be back in 15 minutes with more action here on EPTLive.com. Did the timing go all right for that?
The W Coupe main event is actually bigger than the large majority of the main events that are out there on the tournament circuit.
I mean, where on earth could you be sitting in your living room playing on PokerStars for a W Coupe title, getting up there, beating 4,000 players or 3,000 players?
You have to be able to get on there, get comfortable, and play lots of hands. And that's what PokerStars lets you do.
Adjusting to the online game has been really sort of a challenge for me, and I honestly believe that it's helped me become a better player.
Yeah, my experience with the W Coupe, the World Championship of Online Poker, was awesome, really exciting.
PokerStars is tournament central. If I do get any fun out of poker, it probably comes from playing the tournaments on PokerStars.
I love this tournament. If you go and win it, it goes on for 12 hours, something like that. So physically, it's the same thing as you're playing a real tournament.
I'm more of a field player.